The whole point in translating a comic is to get the major elements of it right. And when it comes to the Invincible series, they're making the most important things, I would say, translate over to animation. With some differences, of course, still. Like scans like this side by sides to kind of show you the differences. This is to let you know that they're trying to translate the comics to animation. So, even though the TV universe version of Omni-Man is pretty much dang near close to identical to the comic when it comes to everything about him almost, think of these like parallel universes that are almost close to each other or something, you know?
I am from Viltrum. We have created a perfect civilization. In order for our people to reach their full potential, we had to remove the weak from our society. It was a long and difficult process. When it was over, our population was cut in half. But what emerged from the ashes was unstoppable. We decided to make it the only empire in our galaxy.
So, very similar to the comics, he has different powers and abilities, and he can fly at crazy speeds. Super strength to lift heavy stuff. I mean, he's pretty straightforward. Strength and speed and flight. Like, standard powers that are not too hard to understand. The difference between the comics and the show is that the show hasn't really got to all the events of the comics. So, of course, Omni-Man doesn't have nowhere near as many showings as his comic book self. But technically, as more seasons come out, he actually should have more feats as the show goes on. It would make more sense for it to follow the comic route. The longer it is, the more showings he will have, right? And he seems to have some super senses to where even if you're invisible, he knows you're there. On top of all this, his body's extremely resilient. Even beings that are Viltrumites like his son can't really phase him in this early part of the series. And shooting bullets at him is a waste of time. Same with lasers or plasma rifles. He'll just withstand it. But let's get into it. How strong is the TV universe version of Omni-Man? Let's get it. Big ships like this, he can easily lift while battle damaged and flying through space and kind of tired. For one, he has the super strength to throw a baseball around the entire planet playing catch with his son. It's proven he can lift 50 or maybe 60 plus ton tanks. So it's basically proving he can lift 50 plus tons with ease. Because it's pretty much confirmed he can hold things that weigh hundreds or even thousands or hundreds of thousands of tons. So you can kind of get an idea of how strong Omni-Man is based on how strong he is, because whatever he can do better. There was this big asteroid that was going to hit the Earth. He was tutoring his son right here. Something this big, and his son was able to do this. But Omni-Man considered this a small feat. Like, this was a small asteroid. And according to Omni-Man, this asteroid that was going to hit the Earth was apparently going to be a threat to an entire country. Because Omni-Man stated,
by the way, that was a small one. How's it feel to save the world? Or at least the country?
He called that a small one. And you know, the Invincible universe has a similar planet Earth to ours. Their countries, their continents should be similar size to ours. Omni-Man, just like Invincible, can easily stop something that was coming out with so much force, apparently would have been a threat or would have busted an entire country, apparently. The force needed to threaten a country is way more than thousands of tons of force. So, of course, thousands of tons has to be a joke by default. That's considered a small asteroid. Then Omni-Man proceeds on talking about his past feats of asteroids that he diverted, saying that there was one he diverted that was the size of Texas. What kind of asteroid?
You should have seen the asteroid I diverted a few years ago. The size of Texas.
If he can divert an asteroid the size of Texas, even if we account, we got to remember that the momentum is making it feel heavier than it usually would be. This would mean he diverted millions or even over billions of tons with his super strength, if we're taking what he said seriously as something he actually did. Because remember, guys, there's things on this planet as minuscule as mountains that can weigh billions of tons. He diverted an asteroid the size of Texas, which make mountains look like nothing. Like, it just gets crazy. Like, we all know Texas probably weighs more than trillions of tons. Like, it just gets crazy thinking about how much weight he can move. Diverting something the size of Texas. I mean, there's literally multiple cities in Texas. So, this is a lot of weight. Imagine a city, another city, and then a couple others get stacked on top of it, and he still has the strength to lift or divert it. I mean, it's no surprise he can punch ridiculously hard. Things that is the size of buildings he can punch back. Tons of debris and rubble he can hit his son all the way through all of this mess. It's obvious he can punch hard when he can make shockwaves clash with another being like this. I love the fact he can thunderclap and make his own shockwaves. He can withstand blasts from super lasers that can do all of this mess, like nuclear explosion type status. Yes, this is the type of stuff he can eat, so his body can withstand a lot. Nuclear weaponry type stuff. Super lasers, he can not only withstand the crap, but he can also punch through it despite the size of it. Super strength mixed with his speed to hit this hard to go all the way through it over and over again. This is a combination of his speed and just striking strength and everything together. He can easily level buildings by flying beings through it. Breaking down buildings is a joke, really, because mixed with his speed and his striking power, he can take down multiple buildings. using his raw speed to pretty much make devastating power. We've seen him slice other superhumans in half like Mr. Immortal and punch through him like butter like he's not even durable, treating him like liquid. I'm talking about him literally soloing full superhero teams with ease, chopping them up. While it is true he's one of those characters that can use his super speed mixed with his strength to help his punches hurt even worse, he doesn't need his momentum to punch hard though. It's occasions right here where he can do this to this mountain with his punching power. I'm talking about shaking the mountain itself and causing bits of it to crack, proving that his punches could definitely tremble. Of course, we literally seen him tremble the mountain, and his punches can devastate a mountain if he really wanted to. I mean, honestly, if he can divert an asteroid the size of Texas, punching a mountain apart is easy. I mean, we even seen him use his speed and everything put together to zip across an entire planet's surface. He was able to create humongous explosions with his attacks. This huge. He devastated the entire surface of this planet just by zipping across it with crazy speeds. He can move so fast to where even speedsters can barely evade him. Like he was getting blitzed by the speedster of the Guardians of the Globe and he was able to react. And the crazy thing is, he technically should already be light speed because at least this point in the series, the show hasn't got far enough yet. At this point in the series, Omni-Man should technically be stronger than anything Invincible can do when it comes to strength and speed. I mean, we literally seen him race him to show that he's way faster and was sitting there waiting for him to get there because he burnt him so fast. He's obviously faster. You guys remember the scene of Mark Invincible? He's like literally in the Earth's territory and literally just flies to the moon this freaking fast. And if he can do this early in the series, what the heck do you think Omni-Man can do? Like, if you're a comic reader, you know the inevitable. You know that he can fly at light speed because in comics, you see him fly through space. You see this scene right here? The show basically mirrors the image one for one almost. So it's like, you know the route the show's about to go, guys. Just like the comics, they imply he's massively faster than the speed of light, traveling through space. Like, they actually show him passing planets in real time. Like, they literally show it on how he's been flying through space, planet to planet, star to star. The show is definitely mimicking the comics of Omni-Man flying to another galaxy in an extremely short amount of time. Not identical to the comics, but the concept is close enough. He can fly 2 million light years in a month, apparently. That just means he can fly at 28 million times faster than the speed of light. Now, based on my own calculations with AI, yeah, I'm using my own personal AI for this kind of stuff, guys. Yeah, we upgrading on this channel. Like, you know how a bullet is not really harming nobody if it's going 0 miles per hour, right? Or even 5 miles per hour. It becomes lethal when it starts getting to like speeds like 100 miles per hour, even higher, like 500 miles per hour. Like, can you imagine something coming down in the Earth's atmosphere, a meteor the size of Texas that's going even faster than this? The amount of destructive power would be far more greater than just Texas size damage. Like, we know it's going to be damaged because of the size of it, but it's going to be way greater than just Texas size damage when it's moving this fast. Like, can you just imagine a bullet in real life moving at 10,000 miles per hour? You're probably wondering what I'm getting this miles per hour from. Well, here's the thing. Meteors usually, when they're coming into our atmosphere, ignite the hydrogen in the air, like igniting fire. Like, you ever seen a meteor come down so fast it looks like it's igniting in fire? Like, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, imagine something this size moving fast enough to where it ignites the hydrogen in the air and is moving faster than bullets. Something the size of Texas moving with this ridiculous speed. With my own personal AI, I calculated with this level of speed, this will be enough force to blow apart a moon into pieces. So technically, the TV show Omni-Man could technically moon shatter, planetoid shatter. Even in the TV show, technically, if we want to go by this feat of him moving an asteroid the size of Texas, moon trembling might or moon splattering might. But what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this video? Having a TV show has its perks because they add extra stuff like this, him thinking about letting himself get murked from a black hole. I wonder if he would have survived this. Makes you wonder, right? His TV show version is pretty strong already. But before I get going, thanks to everybody that has donated. It helps out a lot. Respect Omni-Man in the TV series Invincible. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.